All right, so let's segue a little segue here. Next segment
Okay.
of the show. Let's talk about the meta. So meta coming from the mind of a pure mekk-knight player. What do you like? What do you think the best decks are right now, and how do you play against them? How do you play against them with a going second deck?
Yeah. So the best deck to me by far, I think, Adam is the best deck. Obviously, I think.
The
I mean,
rock
yeah,
deck.
the synchro eldritch is broken, but like I don't know how to explain it. I think Adam is just. I've played against the deck so many times.
Mhm.
Adam is just so much more overwhelming because I mean, yeah, there's just so much more overwhelming because they'll put up their combo and then because of Block Dragon, they'll be able to search the resources again and just keep grinding. But in terms of playing against them, both Adam and Eldritch Synchro, you're playing a go second deck. So obviously, I just want to. All I really have to do is like draw the barrel or dark roller, and the game is just over.
Mhm.
And doing it at the right time against that's just for game one. Game two and three are even easier because depending on the build that I'm playing against, I'll like take out the barrels, take out everything else to put in like cards that they haven't seen game one. You know
Right.
what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. So do you main like in your? I'm not asking for your deck list, but do you like main like triple dark ruler in your deck, or do you just try to side those cards in? Like you try to
Yeah.
keep it in
So
there.
so Dark Roller is I think it's the most broken board wiper. I get asked all the time between Dark Roller and Evenly Matched and Lightning Storm. I think Dark Roller is it's the game ender. Like you can't
Mhm.
respond to it and
Right.
everything gets negated. So that card it's an auto win button, so I main that card
Okay.
at 3. But cards like Nibiru, I play 2 of. Like for me, when I build my deck, because I'm always playing go second, if the card isn't if it's not a game ender or it's not a direct support of my engine of mekk-knights, then I'm not going to play 3 of it or I'm not going to main it. So Dark Roller is going to win the game. I'm going to play 3 of it.
Right. And so how do you consider your ratios from like hand traps to like game ending cards? Like do you play hand traps like Ash and
Yeah.
like, Baylor?
So funny thing about hand traps. The only hand traps I've been playing are Nibiru and Phantasme and Infinite. I stopped playing Ash because I got tired of ashing something and then they just have the follow-ups and the follow-ups.
Right.
I haven't played Ogre in forever. Baylor, same thing. Every deck has constant extender, so there's no point in playing cards like that for me.
Right.
So yeah, I just play literally just the game ending cards.
Yeah.
And cards that can't like Infinite. I'll always play Infinite because not a lot of actually there's no monster that's going to get Infinite.
Right.
That's activated on your turn as a hand trap. Yeah.
And plus, it's a trap card, so you can just set it for a column. I feel like that's
exactly.
important because you do need columns. And Nibiru is also the same thing, where you put the token in like the extra deck column or wherever that's available, or like if they have a spell or trap or something like that, you put it there. So this way, you set up your mekk-knights, and you could search 2 with Blue Sky, which is pretty good.
Yeah, it's really good. It's insane, actually.
Yeah, I agree. So, so you think that Adamantipator is like one of the best, like probably the best deck, and then maybe Synchro Eldritch is like maybe second best deck, or they're both in like that tier 1 realm. So what do you think after that? Like, do you think like Guru's high? Do you think Altergeist is high? Like, where do you see those decks at right now?
So the other decks, if there was a deck so I'd put Rock at first, Eldritch Synchro at second. If there was if anything, a deck that I put at like third would be see, I want to say Solid, but like I like destroyed that deck. But if I weren't if I weren't playing mekk-knights, I'd probably say that's the third best deck. Like Guru. Every time a Guru player tops, I still don't see how. I don't understand that deck. Like I don't understand how it wins. I don't know.
That's funny because we just uploaded a whole podcast about how to play Guru, and I'm like, wow, this is 20 minutes of my life that I'm never gonna get back. No offense to my co-host Zach Alder, an avid Subterra player, but come on, like let's keep to combo.
But yeah, Guru is like, it's weird. I have a weird feeling about that deck. Altergeist, I haven't seen it perform that much yet.
Even with 3 multi-faker?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what's happened between when they already had 3 and when they only had 1. I don't know what's happened in that gap. That made it not that good right now, I guess. Do you know? I don't know what it is.
I haven't seen. I don't really follow the PPGs because I know that they have their own custom format, like no Hucka Fibrex. So I think it might have topped one of those events. I'm not sure off the top of my head, but in my opinion, like Altergeist is sort of like a worse Eldritch because like
Yeah, definitely.
Their best cards aren't searchable. Like,
Right.
you can't really search, like, all right, so your starter card, the Marionetter gets you to like a protocol, but that doesn't get you, like, your spoofing isn't searchable because it's not an Ultra Race card really, and you need to draw like Solemn Judgment, so
Right.
you need to draw at least one of those negation cards. So it's kind of a weird deck, and like Elblick, all of their trap cards that almost do the same thing, they replace themselves, so they're like better versions. They're better going second, and they can also play combo or like invoke. They don't need their normal summon.
Yeah.
So definitely a good take on the format. So let me ask you, because this was another instance of someone playing a deck that was sort of outside of the box. A couple of weeks ago, Ryan Yu got first place at the LCS with Sky Strikers.
Oh, yeah. That was insane.
So, and he opted to go second, if I'm not mistaken. So do you think that he took a similar approach to how you like play Mekk-Knights?
I guess. I mean, honestly, I didn't see his build or anything, but I'd have to assume so because my mindset is, if I just so as a going second player, my mindset is I don't want to whenever I build my deck, if I can't, how do I explain that? If I can't win going second, I'm assuming I'm going to lose every dice roll. If I can't win going second, then I mean, people are going to hate me for saying this, but my deck is bad. Like, I can't do anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if I make my deck always able to go second, then like I'll be fine.
Mm-hmm. No, I
put in the simplest terms, like
well, like his deck was revolved around like just floating, like playing Sky Striker and trading resources until you get to the point where you can kill your opponent. Like you make Hawk of Fibrax, you go Celine, you summon an Effect Veiler, you go Celine, you bring back the Veiler, and you go into Access Code. And like he abused like Access Code as like the focal point of his deck. And just
I saw that. Yeah, that was insane.
So I think that was sort of like one huge like breakdown in the meta, because like we thought the format was so defined, and maybe like the rock deck is still the best deck, but you still like have
everyone started thinking.
Yeah, everyone started thinking. So it just goes to show that there is space for other decks to compete. It's not just like if you're not playing the best decks, you can't win.
Yeah, absolutely. I got like pushed away from, because I was playing. When I first started playing Yu-Gi-Oh, I was always playing. Obviously, I was always playing meta.
Right.
But once, so there's one instance that's when I just started playing Rogue at all times. That's when I like picked up Mekk-Knights a little bit after.
Right.
But Pepe, I started playing Pepe when that first came out, and then I just dropped $1, full max rarity, everything, boom, got the deck. I think I played it for like a week, and then what happened?
Yeah.
That shit is crazy. E-Ban. That just hurt my pockets. I was like, okay, never again. I'm never going to commit to a meta deck. Like, ever since then, that's when I started thinking more about my card choices and stuff.
I remember that first weekend that deck was available with like Cyber Dragon Infinity and Pendulum Sorcerer, and like Twin Twisters just came out. I actually played Infernoid at the first locals that was legal, and I went undefeated. I played against all. I played like 4 Pepe, and I played against 1 Mermail, and this was the first weekend that Netabis was legal. So it was like all the best decks, and like I just destroyed people with like Decatron, and like Reasoning was at 3. It was great. So I felt that's like one of the decks actually that I did play for a while, and I actually did choose to go second a lot of the time because of the Void Imagination card. It's just like so powerful, like Shaddoll Fusion. Like you just like resolve it and you like pop every card in the field. It was insane. You send all your Infernoids. So definitely, like if you know the format really well and you expect like in Pepe format, when Pepe format just started, you knew that if a player was good, they're probably going to be playing this Pendulum deck that just came out that sets up like 5 negates. So if you expect that you're going to play against this, like if you expect that you're going to play against Rock combo or like Elblick combo, pretty much like all those cards, it's like, all right, Savage Dragon, Arclight, and like the Buster Lock. Like what cards do I use that out that? So if you have like the Dark Ruler, like you like pretty much like reset those cards to vanillas, and then you just pretty much have to get around the Buster Lock, which really isn't a problem for your deck.
Not at all. Literally, I just go Dark Ruler, summon, attack. It's just a lot of times it's just summon attack against Rock. It's literally just summon attack.
It's like playing Goat, kind of.
Yeah.
Like they think they're playing 2020 Yu-Gi-Oh! And they're like, wow, I have all these cards, like Block Dragon, search for 3. It's like Pokemon, like draw 5 cards, and like they think they're so nice. And then you're like, all right, Dark Ruler, like attack, and it's like set a card, pass. I agreed. Draw 2 cards.
That's facts, man. That's facts.
Yeah. So, all right. So, moving